What's going on, guys? Happy BTL Monday, episode 448 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Javon, presented by Pickett Sports. If you guys aren't tracking on Pickett yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Lock the fuck in, get in the lab, start following us on Pickett, seeing what the boys are locking in on prize picks, seeing what I'm locking in on the books. All right, you're missing out. Could have gotten some nice free wagers over the weekend during the 24-hour stream if you followed me on Pickett. Go check it out. Free to downloads, cannot be easier to use. The cleanest bet tracking app out there by far. Javon, happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. How are we feeling?
Feeling re-energized.
Good.
I was doing a lot of shit over the weekend, so I was a little disconnected, but I'm back connected now, and it comes off of the 24-hour stream. I was in there for a little bit, hitting some bets. Love that.
Yeah, we hit some bets. We hit the bets that mattered. Okay, that's the most important thing here. We hit the bets that mattered, okay? Look, man, I just posted the recap from the weekend, finally. Up copious units, okay? So I hope you guys tailed. I hope you guys locked in. Most importantly, I hope you guys enjoyed the 24-hour stream because those are not easy. You know, some might say they're not even that fun towards the end, but I think we had the most fun we possibly could. Shout out Javon for staying on there, honestly, the majority of the fucking time. W's. And the rest of the Bookit squad, who all stopped by as well. So Dubs, fucking love that. I know Mikey would have hopped on as well if he was home, but he was out for a wedding. But everybody else showed face and showed up. That was awesome. It definitely helps more than you guys know. So chat was active. We had people in there, literally the whole night. We had over 350 people, 400 people in there at all times, which is wild. So seems like a lot of you guys pulled the all-nighter for Friday nights. Had a great time. Chiote absolutely killed it. The KBO record updated. You know, the record took a hit. The record did take a hit, but the units went up because we absolutely nuked the NC Dinos on that wrong line. So we got a 10-unit whale splooger from Fat Girls Inc. Let's go, Fat Girls.
Go, Fat Girls.
Sure. Love that. That's what I'm fucking talking about, guys. W's, 10-unit whale. All right, let me hear you scream. What was the best part of the 24-hour stream for you guys in chat? I know you guys were all there, okay? What was your favorite part? Was it when Trent pulled the Bo Jackson, got super excited like he won the lottery, and then found out that it was worth less money than he paid for the jersey? Was it the Hanwha Eagles dropping that pop-up that Mimok could have made? You know, there were so many moments of that stream that were elite. The KBO was fucking electric. I had a great time. And shout out the squad for rolling through. Love that. We got Holy Howitzers coming in hot as well with the sub bang. 14 months, need whales. We got them, my man. We got a hype train rolling. JJJ Quack 04 coming in hot with a resub as well. We got follows left and right. The vibes are up on this Monday. Let's fucking go. Let's go, chat. You guys are dialed. We hit a squad ride on Friday as well. Let's go ahead and take a peep at that squad ride. W Goots. Can we get some W Goots in chats? Okay, Goots has touched back on grounds in the continental U.S. He's back from his little vacay in Hawaii. Can we get some W's in chat for my guy Goots? Javon, Lord knows we missed him this past week. Holy smokes.
Dude, I felt like I was 70 years old trying to figure all this shit out, screen sharing over the last week. So, I mean, not that we didn't know that Goots was him, but glad that he's back and working the stream.
Last week confirmed all the, rumors, right? Goots is him. We can now confirm. Aloha, Goots. Get up here, Goots. Get your ass up here. What are you doing?
Right here.
What are you doing hiding in the shadows? There he
is.
Right here. Let's go. Come on.
Taps.
Real quick, tell us about the trip. How are you feeling? You better be refreshed, recharged, ready to attack the day today.
It was great. If you ever go to Hawaii, chat, anybody, rent a car and just drive around the island because it's not that big. So you can get across it in like 45 minutes, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a great time. Got some sun, a little sunburn on my ears, which is a very weird spot, but it doesn't feel good.
When you put the sunscreen on, the ears get swept.
The ears do get swept under the rug. You are very correct. You are right.
Swept.
Yeah, but it was a great time. Happy to be back. I missed it a lot. Happy to be back in the saddle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Love that. How's it hanging?
It's hanging, Krabs.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Chat, W's. Keep them flowing. All right, we've got our king back, our glue guy. He is returned. All right, massive. We got some big things on the agenda in the coming weeks for you guys over the summer. Look, the dog days are in route, right? They're about to be here soon. Luckily, we've got the NBA playoffs starting up tomorrow, kind of, with the play-in tourney. We've got NHL playoffs starting up very soon. Can somebody in chat tell me when the playoffs starts? I believe, rumor has it, the last regular season game is on Thursday. So let me know when those playoffs start in chat. I'm sure somebody knows. We've got a lot coming up. Obviously, a ton of baseball over the summer once the NBA and NHL wrap up here. No other better place to be, and to tune into during the MLB season, during the dog days of summer where it's baseball only, than right here on BTL. I know I don't have to tell that to most of you guys, but for our newbies, for the people who were not around here last summer, there's no other better spot to be. You're not getting more winners for free every day consistently out of anyone else during baseball. Okay, so get ready to fucking lock in, chats. Goots is also a baseball guy, so I'm excited to have the summer with him and Javon as we continue to kill it and build the bankroll. All right?
Sure.
The Dillies are broken. Yeah, they'll be fine, guys. Look, it's baseball, 162 games.
They're not going to win like 150 games, man. Relax.
Can't win them all. All right? W's, we got Max Hacks coming in, resubbing. Need a squad ride bang today? Yes, we do, just like the one on Friday. All right? Squad ride starting to pick up some steam. All right? So maybe we're getting out of that little cold streak. We need a W for tonight. Top priority. Okay? We will have the Surge stream after this. I know there was no TMA today. Mikey will be back tomorrow from the wedding. Everything back, schedule, stream-wise, tomorrow returns to normal form. Okay? Mikey overs TMA tomorrow morning. But we do have Surge after BTL today, so make sure you guys stick around. Subscribe to the YouTube. Drop a follow. All right? Stay a while. All right? It's going to be a long week. Made over $8,000 last week, Javon, just on the sneak bets.
Yeah.
We got to double that.
Got to.
Double it. We don't have a goddamn choice. All right? Who's hosting Surge? So Trent is out next week, not this week. All right? That's on me. I thought it was this week. It's not. Perfect week this week. Next week, we'll all fill in. We'll have Surge every day. We'll have Surge every day. Don't you guys worry. Don't you fret. Whether I host it, whether someone else does, we'll get it done. All right? Don't you guys worry. Peep the Real Muto RBI Square. We'll take a look at that. Plenty of time for some baseball coming up here, Brian. Let's go ahead and go over this sharp report from Friday. 3-2 from me, 2-3 from Javon. Any comments? Still blown about the White Sox team total. I thought that was a great read. Give me those hook emojis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even mad at that one because I know what I'm getting into with the White Sox, but the Dodgers, which both of them between the Bozo Pack and Yamamoto fantasy loss for the same reason because we're out here blowing 7-2 leads. So that's what I'm pretty pissed about. But your side too. I mean, you got brutally hooked pretty much on those two overs because one team didn't show up. I thought those were pretty solid reads too. So we were not too far off of greatness.
Yep. Agreed. All right, hype train is completed at level 4, folks. Love that on a Monday. Dubs. Let's get these plays from Friday out of here. Let's hop into something for today. Chat, King of the Board is returned. All right, we're going to run that this week. I know you guys like this. I sure as hell do because when I put plays in there, they hit. All right, if you guys aren't hip, get hip. King of the Boards. It's a weekly challenge, me versus Javon. You don't have to give a play every day. It's pretty much like giving PODs, when necessary or when needed throughout the week. Whoever ends up with the best record units-wise after 5 plays after Friday is the winner, and we'll give out promo to whoever picked the right surgeon pre-King of the Board week. All right, does that make sense, guys? So if you go to this tweet behind the lines just posted earlier before BTL today, you're looking at it right here. You can go find it yourself. There's the link, WGoots, okay? If you drop a crab emoji and I win this week, you could potentially win some Prize Picks promo. If Javon wins and you drop a milk emoji under this tweet, you could win some Prize Picks promo. Okay, so drop your milk emoji, drop your crab, whatever you think is going to win. Do it now before you forget. The link is right here. It takes 1 second, literally 1 second. All right, so go fucking lock in there and let me know who you think is going to win this week for King of the Board. You could win some Prize Picks coins. All right? Awesome. Let's keep moving and grooving here. We need a Shelly to lead the Surge stream. Yeah, we'll get him active. We'll get him up and moving.
At some point.
We'll get him up and moving. All right, no stress. Dubs. Nats, Doyers collapse plus $1 million. I bet.
Nats collapse crazy.
Ay. Awesome. Well, let's hop into some stuff for today. All right, so we do have a sharp reports, but before we hop into that, we do have the NBA play-in starting tomorrow. Javon, wanted to take a quick peep at the playoff picture and get some of your thoughts, all right? Because NBA playoffs is elite to bet on. I'm super stoked to hop back in. The regular season, not so much for me. I'm not the biggest fan. We pick our spots. We bet it when we have to, but I just don't like when they don't play any defense. That should return, though, come the playoff time, right? I'm excited to get involved in this play-in tourney. Javon, where are your thoughts at? Looking at some of these matchups here. We got the Kings versus the Warriors out west, 9 versus 10. Pelicans, Lakers. Those are going to be electric starts to the play-in out west. And in the East, the Bulls and the Hawks. That's a no-shit series. Who gives a hoot? And then the 76ers and Heat. That's an interesting series because you got the 76ers with Embiid back, right? And they've looked great since he's returned. And the Heat, after, being great the last couple seasons, pretty much having the same team returning, kind of flopped this year. Didn't really do much. Nothing impressive, but it's still the Heat, right? You can never count them out. Can never sleep on them. They do their best work in the playoffs. You just can't count them out. But a matchup against Embiid could be tough. That series is slept on. Okay? 3 of these 4 series, Javon, to get us started, are absolutely electric. Where are your eyes directing as in terms to those 3 elite series?
Well, I'll tell you 2 things for 2 of these for the playing games at the very least. Not only is it the Heat against the Sixers team, where I think that's a pretty good matchup across the board, but you also have the Jimmy versus the Sixers narrative. So, like, I think outside of the fact that maybe it's playoff Jimmy, I think he's going to be super, super aggressive in that game, kind of because the matchup calls for it too. So, I haven't looked at prop lines for that game yet, but I can guarantee I'm going to be on Jimmy something. And on the other side, which I guess kind of relates to the East too, everybody laughed after one game when I said the Bucks were trying to aggressively avoid the Heat. Look where they are in that, Krebs. They got blown out their last 2 games. And where do they sit now? In the 3 seed, facing the Pacers instead of the winner of the play-in game between the Sixers and the Heat. They got blown out by the Magic yesterday in that game that kind of decided it all. So now they sit there, and on the other side, there's a similar story. You really think the Lakers want to play the Nuggets? Because that's where they end up if they win this play-in game against the Pelicans. The Nuggets team that they swept them last year, obviously dominated them. They match up horrendously with the Nuggets. And then the alternative is getting a shot to play one of the youngest teams in the NBA with little to no playoff experience, who they also match up really well with, in the Thunder. So, I wanted to take the Pelicans outside of that for reasons other than that, just because of, I think they win that game to New Orleans too. They can't really afford any lack stuff on their part, but I cannot see the Lakers getting up for that game. It's a playoff game, so I'm not saying they're trying to lose that game, but they have a little more leeway than I think the Pelicans do. And obviously they have LeBron and AD who can flip a switch whenever. So I find it extremely hard to believe that they really want to go and play the Nuggets again. So, those are the 2 like play-in narratives or whatever that are really catching my eye.
Okay. Let's take a look at some of these odds for the games coming up tomorrow and Wednesday. Chat's saying these games are 1-game series, and then they disperse.
Yeah, it's just playing game.
Right. So we got the Lakers and the Pelicans. First game of the play-in tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Looks like the Pelicans are actually a favorite against the Lakers. Would you look at that? Javon, thoughts on that line?
I think it's kind of fair. But I don't know how motivations exactly were yesterday, but like the Lakers just blew them out in a game that I think both teams were playing pretty hard there. So to see them a favorite, obviously it's on their home court in this pretty important game. Maybe a little telling. I think it's kind of fair though, but honestly, regardless of whatever line we saw, I was taking the Pelicans, and I'm continuing to do that.
All right. Give me the Pelicans as well. They might make a run. I think they beat the Lakers. Them as a favorite tells me everything I need to know. Lakers is the most popular play-in bets. 84% of the money is on the Lakers to beat the Pelicans.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
And a Devers strikeout. Jack, can the Red Sox lock in, please? I have the ML. I'm sweating out the ML right now as we speak. I needed some action for this early game. Weirdly early game. 11:30 Eastern starts. Had to get involved. I have the Red Sox ML. This game might go 0-0 into extras. Straight up.
Sure.
Who's sweating out the Red Sox right now? Anybody have any wagers on the other side? Let me know in chat. Okay? Awesome. We got another subby from T. Robstone coming in. Red Sox need to lock in. You're goddamn right. YGF Taylor coming in. Sub-bang anniversary. 24 months. That's 2 years for YGF. Let's fucking go. Let's go. W's, guys. All right, let's move on to the next game. Golden State and Sacramento. I think the Warriors opened up a very short favorite initially, and now they're up to 2.5. Depends on where you look. Thoughts on the Warriors versus the Kings, Javon? This is an interesting matchup.
It's a weird game. Both those teams absolutely, they shouldn't be playoff teams the way they've played this season. But I don't know. It's a weird game. It's like a weird matchup across the board. 2 teams you can kind of get torched on the perimeter, and the total, I guess, is maybe a little lower than I would have expected. I know it's a playoff for play-in game, but maybe we see a little defense in this game, which is a little irregular, I guess, from the Kings side. So I don't really know if the Warriors are going to be able to torch them from the perimeter consistently. So, I really don't know what to do sidewise here.
So Larry's saying same opening line as game 1 last year when these guys played and the Warriors were terrible on the road. Remind me what happened in that game? How did that play out?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know what happened game 1 of that series.
I remember that was like the best series of the first round. Like it went to game 7, but I don't remember.
I know it went to
what
game 7.
Game 1.
I don't remember what happened game 1.
Kings won the first game. Steph dropped a 50-burg. Holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, I like the Warriors in this game probably, but since it's the Warriors against the Kings, I'll probably end up just staying off. But I can't ignore that line movement there.
Yeah, fair.
Yep, that's where I'm at. Let's look at Wednesdays. The East, Miami and Philly. Looks like the 76ers are laying 4.5 against your Heat, Javon. Are you thinking about taking the points there with Miami?
No, I will be taking the points. Give me the plus 4.5. I mean, that's going to be a big defensive game. And they're at their best. First of all, when they're on the road, they play like shit in Miami. That's where they've had a lot of their big letdown losses against teams that they really shouldn't have been losing to. So if that wasn't the case for a couple of those home games, they probably wouldn't be in the plan, but here we are. And again, like their offense is so much better when Jimmy is aggressive. I saw when I brought that up, somebody said he doesn't care about the Sixers anymore. That's a fucking lie because he does. And you can tell it every single time he steps on the court because it's not only that he doesn't like the Sixers, he doesn't like that they chose Tobias Harris over him for keeping him. So every time they play, including the one game this year, he was very, very aggressive every time he touched the ball. And that's when they're at their best. So in a game where points are probably going to be at a premium, it's not a hot take because it's two really good defensive teams and a 207 total. I do like the Heat with the points. You might need them.
You might need them, straight up. I like the under in this game. Like you said, should be a defensive battle. I'm looking at this total dropping already from 209 to 207. Depends on where you look. Give me that under. I think both these teams, like you said, Javon, struggle offensively a little bit and the defenses shine, and that total is insanely low for how the NBA plays in this day and age. Give me that under. Easy. Don't overthink it there. There's a reason that total's the lowest one by far and continuing to drop.
Yeah.
Insanely low. Give me the under. One more game here, Atlanta-Chicago. This is the Bookit matchup here between these two squads. Do any of these teams have a chance of making any noise, Javon? Trae Young is back for Atlanta, right? So at least they have their star. Chicago stinks. They somehow snuck in here, but they're a favorite against Atlanta, -3. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how to read this one, to be honest with you, because I want to be optimistic about the Hawks in this game. Probably a little surprised. I thought they would be a little shorter of a dog in this game, even in Chicago. Yep. But they do have, Trae Young back. Their offense is very obviously better with him in there. Defense takes a little bit of a hit. Not the biggest concern, I guess, against the Bulls. But yeah, I really want to be optimistic about the Hawks. But I don't know if that line is really telling me that I should. But nevertheless, I mean,
you shouldn't.
Yeah, neither of those teams have the slightest bit of a chance the next round. So, I don't know. Hawks are also, that is a good point. Hawks are playing merchants. They win every single play-in game. They look like the greatest team of all time, including like last year, the Heat team that went to the finals. They beat them. People forget in the first playoff they're playing, which is why they were
wild.
An 8 seed.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me Chicago. They win this game somehow, some way. They're laying 3. That's hilarious to me. People in chat are all saying Atlanta's the better team. Yeah, I don't blame you. I think they are too. That's why I want to lay the 3 with Chicago here as favorites. I know they're home. I get it. Give me the Bulls. Who the heck is going to want to bet on the Bulls in this spot laying 3 points? Nobody.
Not many.
Nope. W's. We got Paul in here. What's up, my man? Hope you're doing well. I got you. Okay. I burn and breaks resubbing. Much love to the entire crew. Thank you for all the content. Hopping on the streams, giving me such joy and entertainment. Let's make some coins today, fellas. Yes, sir. Let's make some fucking coins. All right? Let's make some fucking coins today. I'm so down. All right. Javon, who's winning the NBA Finals, my man? Can we pull up the odds to win the championship really quick before we pivot to the Sharp Report? I want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and if you've got a future in your back pocket or thinking about putting a future in for the NBA Finals.
Definitely don't have one in my back pocket yet. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I don't really know what I want to do here. I'll tell you who catches my eye, and I hate it, but it's the Mavs out of the West, especially because they're on that top side of the bracket. And trust me, I'm very scared if it ends up being the Lakers that comes out of that side. And I think if the Lakers play OKC is kind of screwed. But if it does end up being them, I'd be a little scared. But the Mavs at the top there, you get a good matchup in the first round, I think, too. Mavs on the Clippers. That's been that'll be a Lucas Splooge fest pretty much every single series or every game of that series. But I just feel like they're going to get over the hump and at least get there. get a little further than they have been. But that's, I guess, like the Lakers, that could be a good bet. The Lakers really like
Max.
Make the entire bracket, I think, shake out a different way.
Okay. All right. We got Method Man bets coming in, subbing for 1 month. Welcome, Method Man. Appreciate you for the subbing. Okay.
I might get a graphic made for this from Mega Max from me.
Celtics to miss the finals. Goods POD.
POD. Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Celtics are the Cowboys.
Yeah, they are. That's a fair comp. That's a very good comp, to be honest with you. They might just be that good this season, but we'll see. I mean, I want nothing to do with that plus 160. Give me a break.
Hey, it's a good point here too. Knicks are a 2 seed plus 4,500.
Yeah, no chance.
And look who's right above them. The team that if they do beat the Sixers, they're going to be playing.
Ooh, with better odds than them. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Insane. Yeah, 2 teams that stick out to me here. The Clippers getting the 3rd shortest odds. Maybe they finally put it together with, that squad of guys who love to sit out games and rest. But this year they haven't been as much, right? You haven't seen as much, just resting just to rest and keep these guys fresh, which I think is a good thing for the Clippers. And I like that squad. They have a lot of, veteran all-stars. Typically don't like backing them, but the Clippers are so due. Maybe they'll do something. They're getting some line respect here, at least a little bit, with them being the 3rd shortest odds. But, clearly odds makers are tipping their hand here. It's probably going to be either the Celtics or the Nuggets. This gives me, UConn and Purdue vibes to win, the Natty down the stretch against, the fun, trendy, dogs who were playing against them, who really had no chance. Other people wanted to bet them because of their stories. DJ Burns, great guy, fun, whatever. It was just cake. And we ended up getting Boston and the Nuggets, that type of matchup in the finals with UConn and Purdue. So I wouldn't be shocked to see those 2 teams facing off again, I'll be honest with you. But the Clippers interest me. I might take a sprinkle on them at plus 1,200. And then the T-Wolves, maybe not to win the championship, but I want to back the T-Wolves somehow, some way. Maybe it's to get to the championship for a little sprink. Maybe it's just them to advance another round or 2 for a little bit more money, maybe like a half unit type. I don't know. Love to talk through it, but I want to back the Pelicans to do something, Javon. What are your thoughts? Do I just
Pelicans or the
T-Wolves to win the ship? Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem backing the Pelicans. The only issue, I guess I could say, is I think they're going to win this game, and they ain't beating the Nuggets. I don't think that's even a competitive series, which is the issue.
That's who they're going to be matched up against, huh?
Yeah. So if they win this game, which I think they do, they're playing the Nuggets. Which is, I mean, if they're playing
8,000.
Yeah, if they're playing anybody else, I would be so interested because I really like that team, but I can't do it against the Nuggets.
Maybe like a series spreads against the Nuggets potentially, like maybe keeping that or betting them to extend that series a little bit. Goots, I swear to God.
Watch this shit. This is so bad.
I swear to God.
No, it's all right if it loads. There we go. Yep, we'll swing a pitch that hits you. That'll work.
Jesus, J-Ram. What are we doing?
Go well, right?
Go well might have ruined his whole career. Straight up.
He's kind of red hot this season, but
yeah, he is.
That was some bullshit swing.
Maybe it's the Pelicans, on the spread in that series against the Nuggets, like plus, 1.5 at plus chick or plus 2.5 or something like that. I don't know. I just want to back them in some capacity.
I think you do that game by game with them if they end up playing if they end up playing the Nuggets. But I mean, if they lose this game and play in and they're up against OKC at the top of that bracket, and not only is it OKC they'd have to get through, but it's also the Clippers or the Mavs, that would be the spot, I think, to do it. So like that's why I'm saying like that West for me is so dependent on this play-in game. But I think if you want a team that you think is at least going to take a series like to 6 or 7 with the Nuggets, probably the T-Wolves if they come out of that series against the Suns, because that's the one team that has been like a thorn in the Nuggets side the entire season. They always play them super tough, and it's because they have size. Like the Nuggets' biggest advantage on pretty much every team in the league is that they have size at pretty much every level. That's why they're so great defensively, and the T-Wolves have a little bit of that to match. So, I mean, they're not as healthy as they'd like to be going into the playoffs, but they match up well, which is why they've played them tough every single time they get on the court with them.
This is an interesting comment from our guy Larry B in chat. Suns will beat Denver if the rematch occurs. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Phoenix, with their big 3, that kind of just, treaded water throughout the entire season, gets some revenge and pulls off an upset against Denver?
I mean, it's hard to count them out, with the guys they have necessarily. I just defensively haven't been able to buy into that team. And it's not to say that a lot of these teams are not going to see a step up in that in the playoffs, but their perimeter defense has just been so bad for the entirety of the season. And they're not deep, which is the problem that we all talked about when this whole team got together, in the offseason right before the season started. So in a playoff setting, especially when they're going up first round against a pretty physical team, the T-Wolves, and then they would have to go up against a physical team, the Nuggets, in all likelihood. I don't see that in a series setting.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Early piss because 0-0 game. Somebody's got the over. No bueno. Maybe it'll go to extras and they'll have the craziest extra innings of all time and it'll soar over late. Probably not.
Goots, do we have series prices for any of these up yet?
Let me look.
Curious to see what numbers.
Series prices.
Celtics, UConn not having a shot. I don't know anybody who said Celtics do not have a shot.
Who said
or UConn for that matter?
Shot?
So yeah,
UConn was the most popular pick in the bracket, 23.5% to win the
That's like when
the shortest odds, the most popular pick.
That's like when Georgia, after they won, I think it was after they beat TCU, they're like, yeah, the media told us we are going to be 6-6. No, the fuck they didn't. You had the number one recruiting class and we're coming off of a national championship. Nobody in the world said you didn't have a shot. That's
crazy, yeah. That's crazy. I will say the one thing that was a little bit weird was the preseason Big East poll where they ranked the teams. I don't know if it's the coaches or players who vote or whatever, but UConn, after winning the Natty, was third behind Marquette and one other team in the Big East. I thought that was a little disrespectful. Obviously, hindsight's 2020, but yeah, I'm with you. All the other disrespect is made up in bullshit.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. Looks like we do have some series prices here. W. Goats, Javon, thoughts?
Mavs
against the Clippers.
To pick them.
Yeah.
I mean, Luka owns the Clippers. He just hasn't been able to get over the hump of beating them for the most part. Now may be the time. So I'm pretty sure I saw that I was looking through last night. I don't know if they had them up on DK here, but I was looking through, or at least I think I saw a tweet or something, and here we go, plus 25. I was going to say, I swear I saw a plus sign at that Mavs price. It's not there anymore.
If they move that much, that's a lot of movement for a series price.
Gotta say, as much as I would love to take the T-Wolves too, Suns being a favorite, it's maybe a little strange.
That makes me like the Suns there. I know they're stacked. I know if you look at those rosters on paper, you might even give the Suns the advantage, but not by how they've been playing if you're just watching the games, right? T-Wolves, significantly better team.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Remind me how the Kings did last year in the playoffs, because I feel like the T-Wolves this year are almost like the Kings from last year.
The Kings lost that first series to the Warriors in 7.
Yep. Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Bucks, Pacers. Do the Pacers have any life at plus 145? Or the Bucks just get a stomp on them? That's some respect for the Bucks there on that line with how bad they played down the stretch. Holy shit.
There's some serious concern that Giannis won't play that much. But
yeah. They're also I guess both these, the Bucks and or not the Cavs, but the Bucks are in this situation. You know what I hate doing? I hate betting on teams that intentionally lose and say, I want to play this team at any point in the playoffs. I feel like that gives your team a little juice, which that's exactly what the Bucks did, as much as people don't want to acknowledge that. That's what they did these last couple games of the season. And now they said they want the Pacers, who, I mean, they've played them tough throughout the regular season, but they didn't want to see the Sixers fully healthy or the Heat. So, I mean, you're playing down because you want to, and you're going to be potentially without Giannis. So I don't know. It's not like anybody loves the Bucks in the first place. So it's not a crazy contrarian take or anything, but I hate betting on teams like that.
Yep. I will say this, if Giannis gets ruled out before the series for at least, more than half the series or maybe even the whole thing, and the Bucks stay minus 180-ish against the Pacers in that series price, I'll like the Bucks. I like the Bucks there because that's some mad respect with how bad they fucking played. We got Coffee Not Coffee resubbing 17 months with the best community in all of sports betting. Let me get some bangs. Let's fucking go, Coffee Not Coffee. Sure you can. We got Waka coming in as well, resubbing for 5 months. Love that. Love that. W's, gents. Javon, any other comments on the NBA before we pivot to the Sharp Report?
I don't know. I'm a little biased, not because I'm a fan, but like I just like the Magic generally. I think it's a pretty cool story. But this feels like do or die for the Cavs this series, because you would think that if they were to lose this series against the Magic, a team with, little to no playoff experience, and they're kind of like in that Thunder spot that maybe they were in last year, where like they want to get their first taste of it, and it's not like I don't know, it's more looking towards the future. I feel like if the Cavs lose this, Donovan Mitchell's gone. And Guardians bang. What are you on in that game, Krabs?
3-2 nuke. I'm on the Red Sox money line.
No way you took the Red Sox.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know you'd have that in you to push that button.
Well, when I saw the pure wage boost go out, it's really all I needed. And now I'm in.
It was on the Red Sox?
It was on the Guardians.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That ball was destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Holy smokes.
No way there was a Guardians boost on Boston Marathon Day.
Yeah, there was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was. Yep. Man. Hate to see it. We got Jackie Gamble's coming in resubbing. W 6 months. We got Ian228 coming in resubbing as well. The boys are active. They're up and moving. Love to fucking see that on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Okay. Red Sox are good at home. Yep, not good today, but typically yes. Let's see if they can fucking pull off some late inning magic here against Cleveland. I still think they're without their star closer, so right, isn't Duran, or no, he's on the Twins anyways.
Yeah,
who is the fucking Guardians closer at this point? Emmanuel Clase?
Yeah.
That should be fun. All right. Well, they've been dog meat at home the last year, Zach's saying. Zach, thanks for holding down the YouTube. Love that. Love that for you. Over has life. All it took was some bitching. All right. Let's check out that sharp report, can we? Let's go give that a peep. All right. We got 10 plays, 10 winners for the people. All right. We'll get it started out. Thank God I didn't put the Red Sox in here. Trying to get cocky. We'll sneak in a little winner to get the day going. That's cake. All right. We'll bounce back here with the Tigers on the ML. Look, they're playing Texas. Texas opened up a favorite. I know there's been maybe some pitching stuff going on, matchup stuff here, but now we're looking at Olsen matched up against, it looks like Lorenzen is going to be throwing for them as the Red Sox collide into each other and bang heads insanely hard. Maybe have a concussion. That was crazy. Holy smokes. Alex Cora is sprinting out there right now. Did you guys see that? Devers might be knocked out.
Go well.
Devers is not moving.
He's actually like knocked.
He's literally not moving right now. Like he's knocked out.
Bro.
Oh, he's up now. His head just popped up. Oh, Tyler O'Neill's gushing blood. Dude. Oh, yeah, there you go. Holy smokes, boys. Holy fucking smokes, boys. A little bit before that, you're close, Scoots. You're close. There you go.
There we go.
Chat, check this shit out. Check this replay. This is not straight.
Oh. Right on the heads.
I mean, Tyler O'Neill sprinting as fast as he can inwards and just banging heads with Devers.
That is tough.
I hope these gents are okay. That does not look good. They're both up. That's tough, man. Gross. All right, well,
hate to see that.
We can move on from Red Sox ML. Let's get that shit out of here. Let's talk about the Tigers. All right, they're playing Lorenzen. Javon, you're telling me Olsen, with his 5.5 ERA, who has not looked too sharp to start the season, is laying minus 120 against the defending champions? I fucking bet. With big name Lorenzen on the bump, I believe making his debut for the Rangers. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, first start of the season, I believe.
First start of the season? Yeah, let me fade the fuck out of him real quick. That's a crazy line. Give me the Tigers, especially with how the Tigers' bats have looked overall recently. I know they're 9-6. I know they're coming off that win against Minnesota, but they dropped the last 2 games before that, and their offense has started to cool off a little bit compared to the first week and a half of the season. I love that they're a favorite today in the spots. I'll back the Tigers at home to get it done against the defending champs.
Sure. I'm in for a good Tigers bet.
Yep.
Hey, Lorenzo.
All right, looks like both gentlemen are walking off the field. They just dapped each other up. Tyler O'Neill's gushing blood from his forehead. And Rafi Devers looks like he has no fucking idea where he is right now.
Yeah, might have to
Holy
get those
smokes.
gentlemen off the field.
Get these two goats off the field, please. Holy fuck. All right. Anyways, is Primer on Texas minus 4.5? That can move the needle, folks. Rumor has it. You might have that
Every
with an open
day.
spot parlay. Primer, if you just take, the Tigers on the ML with an open spot parlay and then fill that open spot with the next Tigers game, Rangers game, could you technically bet on the Rangers every single day for the remainder of the season if they somehow were to win out? Which is not going to happen, not realistic.
You think he's not betting on the Rangers the entire season?
No, I know he is. But I'm saying, let's just say in a parallel universe, the Rangers win out. Not going to happen, not realistic, but in this fantasy made-up world, the Rangers win out the rest of their games. You could open spot parlay the Rangers ML and then just fill it with the Rangers ML every day until you're literally Jeff Bezos and own AWS yourself. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like he's already doing this.
He for sure is already doing that. Yeah. Every time they lose, he restarts it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Richie Parlay coming in hot with a resub, 22 months. I need a birthday cake squad ride W, please. And I need a broomski, please. Let's fucking go, Richie. Somebody grab that kid's goddamn broomski, please, will ya?
Second part drove it home.
Go.
Dude, imagine if you had an open spot parlay and filled it with the Reds last year on their streak.
I mean, you would literally be Jeff.
Because there were like fat dogs in all those games too.
Looks like Primer non-biased. He likes the Mavs as well. Good to hear his opinions there. Sure. All right. Let's hop in here. I talked about the Tigers on the ML. I really like them. Javon, take me to Toronto.
I love the Blue Jays today. Last chance, but I think it's the best chance. This is where I'm taking them a couple times. I guess some of the time it's like been an over, and I've been kind of counting on them to score runs, and they haven't. Some got carried by the other teams, some didn't. But this spot, I think, screams Blue Jays for a couple different reasons. First of all, Luis Gil's on the mound for the Yanks, who has good stuff, but not great control. So like the first time they played, he struck out 8, but made him work a lot. And there's not many pitchers that you can look all up and down like the Jays lineup and you say pretty much every guy had pretty solid at bats and made him work, which is why he had 94 pitches and 4 1/3, 4 walks, and gave up a couple runs. If he can give up 2 in that starts, like the strikeout stuff's there, but Luis Gil has good stuff, doesn't necessarily know where it's going to go. I was talking with Pete about that this morning. This is kind of who he is as a pitcher. So in this game with the Blue Jays, you know what the difference is going to be. Usually you can rely on a pretty solid, Yankees bullpen behind him. But Goots, go ahead and put up that link and go to the Yankees. The bullpen's taxed, and a lot of that's because of the weather situation in Cleveland this weekend in that series. So a lot of their pitchers in the back end, especially their important guys, have pitched back-to-back days. So I don't know who's going to be available for them today. Caleb Ferguson, Clay Holmes, you can assume will not be available. Nick Birdie and Victor Gonzalez, we'll see what happens with them, but you're probably going to get Ron Marinaccio. You might get a little bit of Dennis Santana. I don't even know. Like, they're in a really really tough spot. Can we not talk about edging and putting that in the comments, Trent? We got to be better than that. But if we get into the back end of the game, it's one of the few times that we can say, I think somebody has the bullpen advantage against the Yankees. So like the Blue Jays, I think they're putting up runs. And then Chris Bassett has been nails against the Yankees for whatever reason. Every single time he goes out there, I think he'll have to be pretty decent today, but rare, good Blue Jays bat spot.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm in. I'm going to take Bassett, who's looked like rat meat, against Gill, who's looked pretty solid so far. But I think law of averages, Bassett comes back down to earth and pitches well like the veteran he is at home. And Gill regresses and has a pretty bad start for the Yanks, who are 12-4, looking sharp. And they're, underdogs now against Toronto, who nobody wants to bet on, ever. Give me Black Bag, Vladdy, ML.
Black Bag, Vladdy.
Black Bag, Vladdy, ML. Try saying that 5 times fast. You can. Unbelievable. Trent, you have Red Sox ML.
I had the nerfy in this game. That's it.
Okay,
wow.
Good bet.
Shocking restraint from Trent.
Good bet.
Yeah, it just
Trent, how we feeling?
Red Sox seems way too corp. I didn't see one guards ticket. Didn't want to fade the Boston Marathon.
Sure.
Yeah.
How we feeling after the weekend? You recovered? Ready to attack the books?
We are recovered. I probably slept for 20 hours.
Yeah.
How about
Had
you?
to be done. Yeah, I feel great now. I felt weird yesterday still, tired, slept a lot, but we're back in action today like it never happened.
Yeah.
We're active. We're up and moving. All right. Toronto ML might be a nuke today. Trent, by the way, I don't know if you're picking up on that yet, but you might not have a goddamn choice. We both got them on the sharp report. They get it done today at home against the Red Hot Yanks. Bookmark
Against
that puppy.
the Red Hot Yanks, really?
Bookmark that puppy. Yep. Has to be done.
Okay.
Has to be done. Javon, what's the Prize Picks board saying about that game?
Not too much. It's just like there's not too many weird squares up for the Blue Jays. I remember like last I checked, it's like I could get down on like a lot of these squares here. I mean, Bassett up for 2.5 earned runs maybe, but he's pitched really well against the Yanks a lot, so I don't love that. There's not many hitter squares up for the Jays, but it's kind of weird to, I don't know, project the squares because I think they're going to get a lot of damage done when Gil gets out of the game, probably pretty early.
Agreed.
I have so many units deployed already, bro. It's fucking Monday.
Doyer's ladder, huh?
Ladder.
Right.
My first ever ladder.
Couple things. This is true.
It is true.
I'll give you that. Never ends up good. My guy, Dead Larry Bird, local resident sharp, who I know is a Yankees fan. You can't say Judge is red hot when he's hitting 200 and finally hit his 3rd home run of the year last night. Sure, he had a good game, but he is not red hot. Aaron Judge has been rat meat this entire season overall. He has. I know it. You know it. We all know it. Maybe he's back after that home run last night, but I need to see some consistency out of the guy. Straight up, he's hitting 200. He might as well be Joey Gallo out there. They have the same amount of home runs. Same player right now. Joey Gallo, Aaron Judge, same player. Am I wrong?
Sneakily.
I know he'll turn it back up and he'll get going probably as soon as after these comments wrap up here. But yeah, Volpe's playing significantly better than Aaron Judge right now. He's the second best.
Yeah, I'd be worried about Volpe and Soto, not
right
so much Judge.
Right this second. It's clear who the real best player on that team is now. I'm happy everyone gets to see it. Straight up.
Krabs, what's your? I don't know if you are going in order here, but do you have a Nats report?
Unbelievable picture. I'm not gonna lie. Also, guys, yesterday watching the Yankees game up on the TV, my roommates were watching. I come upstairs, and I'm like, Aaron Judge not looking too hot this year. He got out that at bat, but the next at bat he did hit a nuke. So if anything happens today like it did yesterday, after me just shit talking him, maybe Judge will go yard. We'll know how strong my powers really are, but I'm still fading the fuck out of them today. Has to be done. Has to be done. Nats Dodgers late nights. Elite Series, Trent. Let's fucking go, dude. Sure.
Yeah.
You got Parker.
Mitchell Parker debut.
Yeah, that should go well. This kid, I'll be honest with you, I don't know a lick about him.
Well, I'll tell you something about him. He's a lefty who throws 75% fastballs going up against the Dodgers. Yeah. So, you know what this debut screams to me, Krabs? This screams Cade Cavalli debut.
Yeah.
What is that?
Bless his heart. And
Moose.
I was there for that
That's
one,
what
too.
it is.
No
you up 6 or 7?
No shit.
Yeah, I might
absolutely terrible.
I might have to go Dodgers team total.
Yeah,
Dodgers
I'm taking the team total.
That
didn't make my sharp report because it was the Dodgers, but I'm taking it. And the only reason I really don't care to back Glass now off of his greatest start of all time, but I will take the Dodgers score runs after last night.
I mean, we're not going to score any runs against the Nats.
You would think.
Or against the Dodgers. Against Glass now. There's no chance.
It's just tough to press that button, Krabs. It really is. Especially when it's either a 2.5 for them to score 6 runs. This was also, I mean, locking
irrelevant, right?
Jerks and Profar doing that after calling them irrelevant. Yeah, they just asked for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dodgers team total over 5.5. Is that valid?
That's valid. That's what I'm on. They're scoring 6. It's also Nats bullpen involved and a little rested, I guess, yesterday because they kind of had to be because Harvey and Finnegan pitched 2 straight games. Not that you're really worried about Finnegan, but you're probably going to need
Finnegan. I think I just picked him up in fantasy.
Well, he's got Finnegan has second most saves in baseball, but that's just strictly by volume there. He's just an absolute rat shit pitcher.
He's terrible.
Shit.
Hunter Harvey's good though. Hunter Harvey's good, but like if they're getting most in this game, I don't know why Hunter Harvey would come out to pitch anyway.
Exactly. -2.5 is -120. I believe.
Insane. I got a
which
plus
is fucking nuts. I was hoping there'd be a plus sign there so I could maybe, counter with the spread instead of the team total. But I mean, at that point, you might as well just take the team total. It might even be less juicy.
It's minus
over 5.5.
Yep.
Yeah. See, so my brain is telling me in this game the Dodgers win 6-1. Right. So the team total is going to cash. It's going to be maybe not as free as we think, but this kid's going to get absolutely moosed on, and they're probably going to sort of their team total. But I do think they cover the spread with ease. I just hate that the juice is even more on the fucking -2.5 than it is on the team total. So
yeah,
I think both hit.
I don't know why you limit yourself to a first 5 against the Nationals. That's just
no needs.
But they're also, I mean, I was debating if this is Lane Thomas, I was debating putting Lane Thomas fades on the Sharp Report for my squares. Yeah. He is possibly not touching a baseball today.
I mean, they're moving it back to 5th in the batting order. They have to because the guy can't fucking make contact, dudes.
Yeah.
I just deployed.
Bumped down to, was it 7?
Yeah.
I just deployed on the team total, and now I've got the -1.5.
Dude, I thought you already had a rack on 2 of them already.
Phil, was that the play you were going to go with?
It has to be. If he's saying it got bumped down already, it has to be Lane Thomas less than fantasy score.
Has to be, dude.
What other nats?
1.5 strikeout score out there, too. What's that chart-looking link?
I've never seen that. I've never seen that up for Big Lane. I mean, the guy's a strikeout machine right now, bro.
Gives you a floor of 1.
I'll tell you what, I'd rather just fade his fantasy score. That shit's hitting.
He's getting 1. Like, without question, he's getting 1.
Yeah.
I'd rather just fade his fantasy. You're taking a less than, which already puts me in a better place mentally. Lane Thomas, watching his at-bats recently, it's tough, man. You can tell the pressure's on. He's not locked in right now the way he needs to be. He's struggling, and it's just getting worse because it's all in his own fucking head. He just had a kid. He's probably bugging out, like, I'm going to lose his fucking job, and it's only getting worse. Mentally, he is small-brained, and it is showing right this second. It sucks. Fade him.
Yeah.
Let's just take the less than. He's not doing anything, boys.
So down.
I'm in on that.
He's not doing anything. He's been chasing. It's tough to watch.
Is Phillies -1.5 an affirmative?
Could be.
Phillies -1.5.
I got some squares in those games. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah. What's the prize pick board telling you, Javon?
I mean, I like a goat in that game. Then I like a not so goated goat. Taking Bryce in that game against Cal, because ideally you want it's not just taking it for the sake of it's nasty because he hasn't done shit for like the past week, 2 weeks. But you want a guy because Cal's throwing like a splitter a lot now, which maybe is just like a try to do it in Coors thing to keep the ball down, but it's the only way he's kind of limiting contact. You want guys that can hit a splitter, change up, which one of those is Bryce Harper. Plus, he also walks a lot of lefties, so you take the fantasy score to have that option. You want a guy who can split. You want a guy who can take pitches. You want a guy who's going to be in RBI positions, which he will be in himself. So that's one. So I like Bryce probably the best, but I also like Brandon Marsh for those same exact reasons. So he's up for hit run RBI. So those are the 2 guys. And then I've seen all the weird JT Realmuto squares up too that are a little important, but I want a lefty. So taking those 2 guys.
To 6 fantasy score now?
Oh, and GG.
There's
Brandon
no
Marsh
way
hit
he
run
got
RBI.
bumped down while we're watching it.
No
Different,
shots.
Kyron. Okay.
Underdog lords.
Well, I mean, Kyron, I don't think he's going to put up a single fantasy point personally, the way he's been seeing the baseball. It's like finding a fucking needle in a haystack with him making contact with a baseball right now. It's bad. He was 7.5 last night. Holy smokes. Oh, you're talking about William Contreras. I
mean, dude, he's just
6.5 fantasy score, 7.5 last night. I would take his less than today then too.
Here comes Jose. Not Jose.
It's got to be.
Red Sox ML should be a great look, right? Just fade the boost. God damn it.
I know, dude. That was a shit bet. This under would have had the kids at Disney by noon, bro.
Yeah, they'd already be on the way. Straight up.
They would have been in car seat.
They would have sent Mom and Pa to Rick Ross's mansion.
They're going to all the parks, every single one, even
Park,
Animal Kingdom.
they're park hopping.
Even Animal Kingdom, they got time for that now too. All right. Let's flash the Sharp Report real quick. I saw some people in chat showing up a little late. Wanted to take a peep at the Sharp Report for what we have for today. We've gone over Detroit, Toronto. Javon, take me to Pittsburgh. Why do you like the Penguins on the ice tonight? It's your squad as we round down the season here.
Yeah, do or die game. It's kind of out of their hands now. They need the Red Wings to lose one of these games to even have a shot. But to also give themselves a shot, they have to win this game against the Preds. Preds team who hasn't fully clinched everything yet. They've clinched their playoff spot, but they're still kind of playing for that wild card 1 spot because they need, I believe, a point in this game to secure that away from VGK. But they're at home where they've looked throughout the streak just so much better outside of the Bruins game, which is a really tough game for them. Last time out, they had to make the switch to Jari. I haven't seen who's gotten confirmed for this game yet, but I don't really care because I think they're going to be on the attack against the Preds really from the jump. And when they've come out like that at home, it's really worked. The only thing that, has kind of stopped them in this run, they came out on their heels a little bit against the Bruins, weren't super aggressive, and kind of cost them in the end. They're going to do that now. So to keep their hopes alive, they got to win tonight, and I think they do.
We got J-Ram at the dish with 2 ducks on, 2 outs. You already know he's fucking hitting an RBI here.
Dude.
It's coming. Whoa.
That might be chalked 1 round in.
Are they worth a foul wow? See, this is why Vegas looks like it does, because you have a great week and you throw back half of it the next day on futures like that.
No, not even not even like the next day. Like he had a great day and then he threw 3 $500 Dodgers bets last night.
One of them.
He's lucky he came out with the first 5, but you're still down a little bit of those units right after that.
Jose, it's a gag here. I'll fucking jump in pool.
It's just like when you're at the tapes, Trent, and you're up 1 million units. You got to walk away because if you stay any longer, those coins are gone. Just like betting. When you have a legacy weekend like that and you sting the bookie for 8K, you got to slow down the next week. Take it easy.
I can't believe you staying number 8, bro.
Shout out the Dinos.
Shout
out Scotty. I was on Scotty with you too. I got him plus 250 after he double bogeyed. He
Oh,
bogeyed
wait.
again the next hole immediately. And I was like, I'm caked. And then Scotty, everyone else just played like rat shit the rest of the fucking, round 3 and round 4.
There goes Jose.
J-Ram off the first baseman's glove. A tale as old as time. The Guardians
2
get
runs are
these.
scoring.
And a bad throw, error, and now we've got, another run.
Tell me that's 1 RBI, bro. It's got
That might not be earned. 2 errors on that play.
Bro said missile.
Bruh.
That's probably 1.
That might not be an error though. That might be a hit.
No, that's probably a hit, but that's
That's
an
a
error.
throw
That's an error.
So it's probably
Even
1
one.
RBI. Should be 1.
Fuck.
First one's earned. Yep.
Oh, I think you owe me $750, Krabs.
Yeah, I got to get that over. I'll let you know when the guy hits me up with the coins. Okay.
I remember when I was in Dallas and Trent was looking for a get back and he looks at me and he's like, it's so hard not to nuke the Dodgers -1.5. It's just what goes through his brain every night.
I mean, it's a staple.
It's
a
first thought.
foundation.
Last night was forced. It was the last game on, man.
Well, today could be the time you should have done the $500 bets.
Oh,
or whatever.
I mean, he is. He's got twice that, right?
I've already
be twice that.
I can only put $500 on a bet on my book. So anytime I put 500 on something, I can't put it anymore. So I took the -1.5, -2.5, and the team total.
You can ask your guy to probably bump that up.
I'd prefer. I don't.
Good. Honestly, I don't even know why I said that. Good. Yes. Don't bump that up. All right. Guardians was free AF. Thanks, Krabs. God, people suck, man. You make 15 units over a weekend, you lose 1 bet, and they act like they're better than you. That's
The
okay.
guy's sitting here bitching every single day. That's his role.
That's all right. If he's got to be the chat bitcher, that would be a shitty life to have, but I guess that's his. He can have it.
Yeah.
He can have it. All right. Let me take you to the Mets today. I don't know why I'm doing it again, but I will. Mets bats are alive. Shout out Pete Alonso, on pace for the RBIs now. He's on pace to break the home run record as well. That should last. He's on fire. He's hitting nukes left and right. I should have taken the home runs. That's okay. We got plenty of time left, though. I'm looking at this matchup with Perez, who we tried to fade him in that last start. He was nails. He made us look like fools. Well, the books are doing it again. And they've got Hauser with that 5.5 ERA. I believe only after he's made one start this season, which I like back in the guy making his second start. He can make some adjustments. He's got the rust off. I like fading guys in their first start, like we're doing with Lorenzen today. But second start, I'll back my guy Hauser here, getting some steam, at least minimally. Mets are up to -125, -130, depends on where you look on the ML, against the Red Hot Pirates. Disrespectful line, probably the most disrespectful, weirdest line of the day in the MLB. Now, it is Martin Perez. We know he never gets any respect, and it is the Pirates, who typically don't get respect too. So, could be walking into a trap here. I'm willing to throw a unit to see if it ends up being fake sharp or real sharp. I love the Mets on the ML, -125.
Right there with you, and I love their lineup even more. This is Martin Perez never gets line respect, so we've been pissed trying to fade him, except he did shove last time out against the Tigers, and we still escaped with a team total and ML win because they came back late. It wasn't off of him. But this one I feel awfully confident about Martin Perez himself getting turked. And the Mets, fourth best team against lefties so far this season, 126 WRC plus. And they also really haven't had a shot at like a slow throwing, soft tossing like lefty just yet, which I think is important because now they get that chance. So like the other GOAT that's not on this board who I really like today is Lindor. I think it's a Lindor day. He snaps out of his little funk because he has a really good matchup. A lot of his power has been coming from the right side the last 2 years. So I think he has a good matchup. Pete has a good matchup. A lot of the lineup does. I think they destroy Martin Perez today. I don't feel all that confident in Adrian Hauser, though, because he doesn't miss many bats, and that's exactly what you want against this Pirates team. But I think the bats come through no matter what. I think the team total over is my play here, and I think we get a lot of runs in this game, period.
I meant runs, hopefully from the Mets. Like you were just talking about, you got the team total. Let's hope they show up today. Pete Alonso, feel free to contribute, will you? Stay hot. All right, Francisco Lindor, feel free to do something.
I don't know if people have been watching the Mets lately because team has sneakily been heating up. People are not talking about it enough.
Games.
Yeah, I mean, the scoring, they're either like they can win so many different ways now. It's kind of weird because like they can win putting up a bunch of runs, but a lot of the times like their pitching's been really good and kind of held them down. Like Jose Budo just had like a Cy Young performance out of nowhere. But yeah, they were really bad in a couple games to start the year, and now they're kind of starting to figure it out. So look out.
Our guy Adam from Twitter says he's about to drop $2K on the Dodgers Phillies moneyline parlay. Is it a lock, boys? Well, no such thing as a lock, but the Dodgers are about as close as you're going to get. Javon, do you like that pairing? Fading Cal Quantrill on the other side, or is there another moneyline parlay piece you be eyeing here?
I mean, I'm not going to argue it necessarily. I don't think either of those teams lose, but it's not a lock. I'll say that.
No.
But I'm with it.
You never know when Cal Quantrill is going to come out of the woodworks and steal your coins. Plain and simple.
Never know. I don't think it's today, but who knows?
Yep. All right. What else we got? Take me to the Prize Pick Squares chat, can we? Let me get to my guy Louis Varland. Let's talk about him against the O's today. Louis Varland, looking at his walk square, he's been a walk machine in his first couple starts this season. Not today. All right, I've told you guys about the two categories that I thrive in. My crabby brain loves smacking, turning green, these squares. It's the walks allowed category, and it is the earn runs allowed category. We've got a walks allowed square here with Louis Varland that looks absolutely free against a really good offense in the Orioles. I'm going to go ahead and fade and take his less than 1.5 walks just because his smacks doesn't mean he pitches well. Maybe they're just putting the ball in play. Maybe he's just throwing some turks, right? If I was a pitcher, if I was Louis Varland and I'm coming off of 5 walks in my last 2 starts, not only are the coaches probably telling me to figure it the fuck out and throw strikes because that's the most important thing and the easiest thing to do as a pitcher and, let the chips fall as they may, but I'm probably telling myself, hey, buddy, let's fill the zone up today or else you're going to find yourself in AAA because you can't fucking find the strike zone. There's no excuses for not throwing strikes. There are excuses for not having the good stuff. Varland has decent stuff. He needs to fill the zone more and eliminate those walks. I'm taking his less than 1.5. I think there'll be a little bit of a game plan shift for what he does up on the bump today against the Orioles. Fill that zone up in a pitcher's park.
You want to know something too, Grabs? Because I think we all kind of think of the Orioles as a super patient team. You want to guess where they fall in walk rate versus right-handed pitching so far this year?
Assuming it's really bad since you're saying this, 25.
28. So third lowest in all of baseball, which is shocking to me, but plays right into your hands for the square.
Goots? Any opinions on your O's taking some walks today or not?
I don't mind the square at all. I was looking at maybe the first 5 under in this game. Bats get out slow with 2 pitchers that have been struggling lately. But I mean, that's just because I love Cole Irvin.
Yeah.
So I want to see him be great. But
Blue collar guy.
guy.
He's been bad,
Twins
but
just made it.
I was a little shocked. There's like a 20, 25 cent move towards the Twins. I know it's Cole Irvin, and that was probably a little bit of a fat price to begin with, but it's a big move.
Yeah, not a great sign for Cole Irvin today, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm not going to be fading the O's.
Yeah.
Can't be doing it.
I mean, this square can hit if the O's are mucking him anyways. So
yeah.
Yep.
He's throwing the pitches and strikes down.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, dude, Colton Cowser are Barry Bonds lately, bro.
Literally him.
Dude. What did the Red Sox? What did the Red Sox do to him? Spark this shit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that catch in the Guardians Red Sox game in center field, but it was an absolutely miraculous catch. Miraculous catch. That could have potentially sparked a little run for the Red Sox, but probably not.
Here we go.
All right, we're going to move. Awesome. What other squares we got up there, Gootsy? Let's take a little sneak peek. Oh, we got the crazy catch here. Yeah, guys, check this one out. And right in his glove. Boop.
Will
Easy,
Brennan.
simple.
Right?
No stress.
MVP.
Yep. Will Brennan. Great catch.
Love that.
Unbelievable. All right, Javon, tell me about Jordan, why you're on his fantasy today. Why is he hitting the nuke?
Yeah, I think Trent's getting a goat well bang today against Darius Vines. So Jordan, I mean, he's facing Vines, who Vines it's definitely like he's not better against righties necessarily, like struggles against lefties, but he throws a shit ton of fastballs, which for a guy like going up against Jordan is a problem because his command's not fantastic, so he would have to locate it really well, or he just has to completely pitch around him, which is why the fantasy score, I think, is such an asset here. And that as well as like there's a 10.5 total in the game now. So I think there's going to be plenty of runs here, and these are 2 bullpens that have gotten a lot of work recently. So I think this is a game where you can make an argument for a lot of guys, but I think the simple option there is the best option. So give me Jordan against Vines because I think he's going to miss on a fastball, and it's going to go 480.
All right. Jordan doing his job today. Been a little bit cold, but from Javon saying maybe Trent gets a little goat well bang today from Jordan. Why not?
Yeah, I think he does.
Do your job, Jordan. Get active. All right, let's change the narrative. And let's go ahead and put up a double digits fantasy score for the kids today. All right. Juice balls might show up today. They're saying they could be showing up. Maybe with the Yankees' hot starts, they relocate those baseballs that they've been waiting to deploy for the Astros to get them going today. I know it's been a slow start, 6-11, right? Maybe the juice balls will end up down there in Houston. All right, guys, but there's a reason.
I don't know if you need him with Vines versus Arrighetti.
Exactly. It's not just, juice baseball is why this total's so fucking high. It's because Vines and Arrighetti are the starting pitchers against these 2 lineups. Okay.
Fucking spaghetti noodles.
Yeah, literally spaghetti on the bump. Okay.
Yeah.
This total, look, I'm not going to take the under. I want no business with it, but I don't think it's as weirdly high as, everyone in chat's asking like here.
No, it's pretty normal. We've been seeing like a lot of
these 2.
Like, I mean, the entire Astros Rangers series was at a 10 total. It's like against the Braves, I wouldn't really expect anything different. But I mean, those pitchers, that's a tough draw, especially like for Arrighetti, which second start, really tough assignment. First start on the road against the Royals, who are one of the better offenses in the MLB right now. I get that, but yeah, it's another tough matchup for him too.
Agreed. Ooh,
dude.
Want to guess who slipped that is?
Kids. Fucking ratted me out, man.
Dude.
Bro, tell me how that fucking loses though, for real.
The sad part is, like, I don't hate that entry.
Let's go.
How much do you have on that shit? I gotta zoom in there. Just 1,000. Okay.
I wailed it, dude. I mean, I just saw that and I was like, bro.
Don't be scared of the green gabbies.
Don't be scared of them.
That guy's probably going to
have a fantasy score on the board.
What's up?
Does Glass now have a fantasy score on the board?
I can tell you
probably not. Does he?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
That's why
I said pivot to that for Glass now, but since you can't, sure.
Yeah, because he's probably not getting 9 Ks, but he might get 8.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get 8.
He's got bumped down.
Bumped down to 8.5.
Yeah,
that's exactly why, bro. He's getting 8. I swear.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, at least you got that goblin. Okay. All right. I mean, I've seen worse entries, Trent. I know they're all goats, but some of these guys are due. Javon's already taken a couple of them. Glasgow's get a shove against the Nats. Come on. Sometimes with MLB, you just got to square up.
Couple
It is
times.
what it is.
Couple times you got to do it.
It is what it is. All right. Michael Garcia. Thought that was weird. They had his run square up in this game. They are playing the moose shit White Sox, though, with a pitcher on the bump who I've never even heard of. So that helps. Totals on the move as well, going up, which I love. I think our guy Garcia, not Luis, but Michael, crosses home plate tonight. He hasn't scored in a couple games. Thought it was weird that square was up. Javon, what are your thoughts?
Maybe a little weird. I think Jose Altuve is probably the only leadoff guy I ever really considered taking run squares for, but Michael Garcia is probably dwindling his way into the category now because he's been good. But yep. I'll give you the lowdown because I did read up a little bit on Nick Nastrini. He was the starter for the White Sox today. Good fastball, decent stuff, but not great control, which I think kind of worries me against the Royals because not only have they been one of the better teams against right-handed pitching so far this season, but they're also pretty patient. So, I mean, a guy like Michael Garcia, who himself is pretty patient if he gets on base early, same with Bobby Witt. I think he has a pretty good matchup against Nastrini today. Could get ugly. It's probably going to be no in between for the Royals. You're either going to have no offense whatsoever or they're going to splurge for 7-8. So, like, I kind of lean on the side that the offense is going to have a pretty good day, and that probably comes with Michael Garcia crossing home plate.
Yep. Maybe a little leadoff walk for the kids. Some nerves from Nastrini up there and making his debut. Maybe he's got some nerves going and walks that first batter, and we end up bringing him home.
I do want to.
Salvi hurts, but
yeah, I do want to talk about this game for a second though, because the one thing, if I were to look at like any of the earned run, not squares, but just lines, I guess you could say for all of the games combined today, you know, the one that I think looks really weird to me, Seth Lugo. Yeah. Seth Lugo, because they have been like they've put every single pitcher pretty much against the White Sox at 1.5. And the fact that Lugo is at least listed at 2.5 today. He hasn't pitched on the road yet, so I guess that may be a little part of it, but he did just throw 6 innings, 1 run against the same team. The White Sox were pitiful, you know, in that Red series against whatever pitcher they threw at them. So he's listed at 2.5 today, which is really interesting to me. I don't want to get cute and take the White Sox, but maybe like an over in this game because I think Nastrini is probably going to have a little bit of a tough time getting through this lineup unscathed. But yeah, that 2.5 line is really weird to me.
That could be a sneaky over in this game, totaled up from 7.5 to 8. We'll see where it keeps moving and grooving, but yeah, maybe we get some runs from both these, you know, lineups against pitchers where Lugo has been, you know, pitching out of his mind, but is he that good? No, we know he's not. And then Nastrini making his debut, who the fuck knows what we're going to get out of him? Could be a short day for him, or he could throw a perfect game shutout. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I remember I did this last year too, like pitchers that had a string of starts before they went on the road. I like religiously faded at the start of the season, and I'm 90% sure that is the exact situation that Seth Lugo's in. I'm going to look to confirm that, but yeah, 3 straight starts to begin the season, all of them at home, all of them he's been really good. First start on the road against a moose shit team, so maybe that's the weird blow up nobody expects.
And also, I mean, the ML is short as heck.
Oh, the ML is very short, and it's starting to get. They were like minus 180, I think, before we started. The fact that it's coming back is interesting.
Still creeping. Okay,
yeah, he's asking about his Ks.
He's at 5 flats.
I think she was
on MLB Live too.
His MLB Live Ks.
Yeah, he's there as well. Yep.
Yeah, 2 in the first 2. I don't know.
I mean, he struck out
normal Ks.
He struck out 3 that first White Sox start.
And that ball's off the wall.
Yep. That's another run. Sure. And honorable mention, worst bet of the year, Red Sox ML for a little day sweat action. Go ahead and put that one in the nominations, will you?
Sure.
We got C-God resubbing for 20 months. WC God. All right. Yeah, that ML is hilarious. You got Seth Lugo, who's been Cy Young this whole season on the fucking trophies, who were 10-6, looking great on the road, playing the worst team in baseball, the 2-13 White Sox, with their kid making a debut on the bump, and the total's moving up, and the ML juice, which already opened up short, is back to minus 165 for the Royals. Are you kidding me? Yeah, White Sox might have to be a play or at least the over in this game in some capacity.
Yeah, I haven't like figured it out exactly yet what I'm going to do there, but there's something off about that game, and I kind of am starting to think it's Seth Lugo.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. Gates, let's pivot back real quick to the sharp report. I think we got one more square potentially here to show off. Bryce Harper, who you've already talked about, Javon, but real quick, why do you like his matchup today for the Phillies?
Yeah, need somebody who hits off speed down in the zone pretty well against Cal Quantrill. He's been terrible. I think that little streak stops today. I think he's going to be in plenty of RBI spots. Also, really good matchups that are coming from the guys that are going to be hitting behind him. So if he does get on base, even if it's a walk, because Cal has his walk issues against left-handed batters, I think there's going to be plenty of runs from the Phillies in this game. I think if the Phillies lose this game and bust everybody's ML parlays, it's probably going to have to come on the backs of Aaron Nola rather than the bats not showing up against Cal. So it's one of the many squares I think you could take in this game today from their offense.
Sure. Bryce Harper looking red as it can get. I'm in. Sign me up. Perfect matchup against a turkey tosser, slow thrower, and Cal Quantrill here. He's going to sit back, explode, probably hit one ya-ya, or at least in the gap. I'm in.
Sure.
Dubs. All right, chats. We spent plenty of time on the sharp report for today. All right, so no excuses not to hit any bets. I would love to spend some extra time on the the squad ride coming up here soon. Javon, are there any king of the board plays you want to lock in first before we get that goddamn train running?
I think we maybe should go through quick the rest of the slate potentially.
Okay. Why don't you want to take us through the slate, talk about some games you like? I'll chime in if I got any plays.
See if there's anything you're kind of into there.
Sure.
Probably another weird line here is this Marlins game. Nearly at a pick 'em with the entire world on Kyle Harrison something today, and not without reason, because Marlins, not only they're a terrible lineup, but they're also one of the worst teams in the MLB against lefties. But yeah, Kyle Harrison might be the most popular prop, whether it's pitching out, strikeouts, fantasy score, whatever you want to call it today. I've seen it a million times, probably more than anything else this season. Should go well when he's only minus 115. So I'm probably going to have to get involved in some way with something Marlins or anti-Kyle Harrison.
Should I not start him in fantasy today?
You can't do that.
Yeah.
With really anybody. It's the Marlins just because they can not show up on any given day. But yeah, it's weird, especially with an 8.5 total, which, it's Edward Cabrera coming back. So what the fuck are you going to get from him? But I feel like if Kyle Harrison was going to be dominant, his total would probably be 8 or even like asking questions a little lower.
Agreed. Yeah, this game's weird. Miami ML stuck out to me. I actually had it on the sharp report initially, but I took it off because I thought maybe it could be fake sharp with the fish here against Kyle Harrison with that high ERA. But shit, man. If you're telling me he's the most popular angle to be taking props for or to be, targeted on prize picks potentially, I would be more than down to fade somehow, some way. Maybe it's just fading his square instead of having to trust the Marlins bats to get going here, because I feel like, if this was going to be a shootout, the total will be a little bit higher if Kyle Harrison was going to get lit up and the Marlins were going to have a chance to win on the ML. But the fact that this is almost a pick 'em now on the ML is hilarious. Edward Cabrera hasn't even pitched this season yet.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, dudes.
It is weird.
I don't
really
get it.
Weird. That's a low fantasy score,
fantasy score real quick, Goots.
It's a really low strikeout number too, I think, for Kyle Harrison. He's at 5 flat against the Marlins when he was at, I think, a higher number against the Nationals. I could be wrong if anybody knows in chat, but I feel like I remember seeing a little higher against the Nats, or at least the same number.
Interesting.
Yeah, Giants are also moose, but
they are.
After seeing some of the lines they got in the Rays series, this is really similar. Yeah, like they were near pick 'em with the Rays pretty much every game in Tampa. Now Marlins, same respect, but yeah, there's something off with that game too. But below that too, we get the rematch of the first game of the Angels Rays series, where the Angels destroyed Zach Eflin in Anaheim. I think he bounces back and has a really good start. It's like really in this game, like the only guy I'm worried about is the only guy who consistently hits in that lineup and has a really good matchup, and that's Mike Trout. But Beyond that, I think Eflin has a pretty solid start. He wasn't in like any spot in that game, which is why he gave up a lot of hard contacts. Off speed wasn't working, which is very uncharacteristic for Zach Eflin. So I think you get a lot better of an effort today. I think a little bit of the respect on that minus 170 damn near kind of shows that. So give me some Eflin today, surely. I guess we talked about the games that are below that.
Are we gonna get a vintage raise under in the trop with the total down from 8.5 to 8 in this game? I was thinking about targeting the under with both these pitchers with inflated ERAs, who I think are better than those numbers.
I'm kind of worried about the Rays. Whenever the Rays see particularly a lefty twice in like a short span of time, they usually respond pretty well. It's like, I honestly think if they win this game, it's going to be very similar to what the Angels did to them in the same game. And it could be like 7-1, 7-2, which worries me. So like if you're going to take any sort of vintage Rays under, I think it's just the Angels TT and call it a day. Because I genuinely don't know what we're going to get from their bats today.
All right. Interesting. I do like the Rays on the ML. They're just really juicy.
Ooh, Rays to score first,
Really
minus
juicy.
120. That's fat. A little fat.
Huh.
A little fat.
That is a little bit fat. Okay. Maybe Rays ML, Dodgers ML, two-piece. Get that juice down a little bit.
Could be it.
Interesting. All right. Looks like we already touched on these other games as well. Chat, it's about that time. All right. Let's get that damn train rolling, Goots. Run that shit. All right, chat. We finished the week strong before the 24-hour with a nice squad ride W on Friday. Let's keep the momentum flowing into the new week. All right, we got to start out this Monday with a beautiful squad ride dub, a sweat-free dub, if you will. Let's get moving here. I guess Toronto's got to go in there, no questions asked on the ML.
Yeah, has to.
All right, so we'll go Toronto ML. Sure. Couple plays we have on here are a little bit juicy. What about the Mets on the ML?
Fine with that, if that's how you want to play it.
I really like the Mets ML.
Okay.
I do. White Sox / the over in that game.
Could be it.
Is there...
I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with that game yet. I'm just
we'll
my
put it off to the
head's
side for now.
Head's in a pretzel.
We'll put that off to the side for now. Penguins.
Of course, they're winning that game.
Yeah, loving the Penguins are winning that game. I'm in.
Yep.
Pittsburgh ML. I really like these three plays, chat. And I'm sure Javon does too. Toronto ML, Mets ML, Penguins ML.
Yeah.
In different text so they know it's not the Pirates. Okay. Now we could always roll with just those three and keep it a big three and give ourselves a better chance. Or we could look to maybe add some other plays here as well. Chat, drop your favorite play of the day today so we can peep them. See what you guys like on the slate. Javon, any other plays that you were interested in maybe throwing in the squad ride vote?
I think that's a decent little pack we got there.
So do I. You know, a couple other angles that interest me would be Tigers ML.
I do like the Tigers.
You know, Dodgers team total over would be another good angle. You know, something in that White Sox game. Yeah, those would probably be, you know, the next three plays that I like the best that we didn't already put in here. Any of those plays, you know, piquing your interest, tickling your fancy?
I mean, I have no issue putting the Tigers in there if you want to put the Tigers in.
You want to do Tigers ML and Dodgers team totals?
You can. I feel like if we put the Dodgers in, they're going to win.
Well, if that's the case, then chat's fucking up, and that should not be done. Because, like I say every day, you got to keep the blinders on and not just pick the late night play that Trent's also on. You got to pick whatever play you like the best. I don't disagree with your comment, though. That definitely could be a reality. Let's go ahead and put the Tigers on the ML in here. Detroit ML. Dodgers team total interests me. We could put the White Sox in there. We could put Miami in there if the people want to get weird on the ML.
I mean, that's not getting voted for, but that's probably hitting my card.
Miami ML?
Yeah.
That's probably how you're going to play it?
Yeah. I think it has to be done.
But
I'm also, I'm fine doing whatever we want to do with the Marlins, but let's
put
definitely.
That in here. We don't need, everyone voting for the Dodgers. I'm sure there's already enough coins on that team already today by somebody we know.
Fair enough.
All right, we got iDrizzle coming in hot, resubbing for 26 months. That's a fucking goat. Talk about an OG. That's my guy Drizzle. What's up, East? Chat, 5 plays, 5 winners for the BTL squad ride today. Lock the fuck in. Click the right button. As always, hurry up. Go, 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 go. The poll is up on the Twitch chat. If you are watching on YouTube and wondering where the fuck this is, come over to the Twitch real quick. You have plenty of time. You've got 2 minutes here still. Bookit Sports on Twitch. All right, you can go vote for this puppy right in the chat. All right, guys, 5 plays, 5 winners. Toronto ML, the Mets on the ML, Penguins ML. We've got the Tigers on the ML, and Miami Marlins ML. 5 nasty plays. Plenty of winners, plenty of options for you guys. Lock those votes in. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. It's looking like chat right now wants a nice play, and I don't hate it. We've got the season ending up here soon. All right, only a couple games left. Maybe the Penguins get a big-time win as a favorite at home. Who knows? Javon's future. All right, maybe they stay alive. The Blue Jays catching some steam here late as well, Javon. Looks like they're clearly the second favorite pick here with the Marlins and Mets following. Okay, it's probably going to be a 2-horse race, though, down the stretch here with the Penguins on the ML and the Blue Jays. Who are you locking in your vote for?
Jays, Mage. I put in my vote for the Blue Jays.
Okay. I really like both those plays. I've got no qualms with either. I've got no qualms with
either. Yeah, let me see that. I got to share this with you real quick. We just got this in the mail from our guy that we send or that we get breaks from. Spent hundreds of dollars on this. Just got a package in the mail. Nothing in it. It just says, shoot me your next nerf fee play so I can cash out too. LMAO. Spend $500. That's what we get.
He didn't even throw you in a card?
Go full screen.
Yeah, a Myles Garrett fucking silver platinum fucking piece.
Shoot me your next nerfy play so I can cash out too, lol. I bet.
Can't make that shit up.
And he might mean fading and taking the nerfy too. We don't even know if he means taking the nerf.
Yeah,
that's
he might be fading.
From your bookie. Or from that
unbelievable,
guy.
Bro. Thanks for the cute sticker and the note and a Myles Garrett silver platinum.
Trent, we see any Vladdies in the backyard today?
There were a couple.
We're gonna need them.
I mean, we had what? Trent got his Ohtani jersey in the mail. He went yard. He was sitting there playing with the fucking show. Taylor Ward went yard. Had game of his life.
People forget.
Trent just might be sign god right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hope those fucking Blue Jays are chirping nice and loud, Trent, because we've got them for the squad ride ML tonight.
Wow.
Toronto on the ML. Lock it in, chat. Responsibly tail every single day for a unit, and you go about your day. All right. I have a feeling we're about to get hot this week. Buy low on the squad rides. All right. The stock has never been lower, but after a couple wins to end the week last week, I like our chances backing the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. All right, guys, stick around for the surge stream. All right, go pitch Trent to play. If you got one for him, Lord knows he needs it. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be seeing.